morals matter.
Yes.
That's why I said the second concept I used was values. That means if you should have around that surrounding, that man must have been sleeping with a lot of women. With that neighborhood.
Thank you, sir.
So that man is to be blamed.
So please, for that action, for that man, I will still say Mary back into the house and send to Mary.
Yes.
Moji, we don't land.
We don't come
the
back.
Eagles don't land. Gidigba.
We are back again.
Our people again. For Igbo, we say
no.
Oh no. For Edo Delta, Wabulu. For Pidgin, in a welcome.
And then ìyá mi àti bàbá mi àbúrò mi ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Mo kí yín pé ẹ kú àbọ̀ sí orí ètò yìí.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni o. This program na insight with Agatha. The Gen Z, so they no will remember us. But our business na to share problem. Our business na to listen, to dissect them, to analyze them and provide solution. My people, we want to thank you for being part of our life and for allowing us to share in your lives. Thank you. It is still Insight with Agatha. Moji, what problem are we sharing today?
This one, make I talk am for pidgin. Now Yoruba people dey call Ogbenutan. Because this is the first time, like I said, that somebody that died resurrected.
Another Jesus Christ.
Another Jesus. Now, this person wrote to us that he was married for some years to his wife by the name Mary. She is a pastor and she went home. He's from the west. The woman is from the east. So she went home to greet her people with her baby because the mother could not come for Mugo. On the way, there was an accident. And afterwards, they got in contact with him that his wife has died. Bonds, beyond recognition. So they did the burial and everything like that. He still had children. The other two children are in the house. So he needed help. So while on the way, there was an accident. The vehicle got burnt. The man was told that the wife was burnt beyond recognition, and that was it. They brought the supposed dead body of the wife, and then he gave her a befitting burial. So he had two other children, so he needed help. The wife's close friend was around, to comfort him and then to take care of the children. Of course, now, body no be firewood. Now, something begin to happen between the force now. Before we know what is happening, so the woman, the second one, what we go call Tonya, entered the matter. She immediately got pregnant. In fact, for me, when I hear the story, said now, I just tell my sister, I say, as the man they talk, I say, yeah, and I sure say, maybe say this woman don't they pray, say, make him a friend, myself, don't they hide the man. But anyway, that one are my thought. So please, I'm a Christian. I don't believe in all those evil thoughts.
You not believe in every evil thought, but you cross your mind. So go ahead with the story.
so eventually, all of a sudden, the man here cock for his door. Who is it? Do and behold. Na Mary. Na Mary resurrect to my people. Mary resurrect to. At the end of the day, when she told her story, she said she was rescued by a good Samaritan, and then they took her to one hospital that belongs to a church. The church, they took care of her. she had amnesia, so she could not remember who she was, and they took care of her. Eventually, she was able to regain her memory, and that was why she was able to relocate where her family, her husband and her children live. As at that point in time, the other woman is already pregnant. In fact, I think she has even given birth to a baby. So this man now is writing to us to say, what should he do? He does not want to have 2 wives. He is a Christian, a pastor. He can't have 2 wives. The other woman is devastated. The wife is also devastated that, so you could not even wait for me. Maybe the man will listen to that song where Sonny again and waiting the
Ojekunle.
Wait for me, baby, wait for me. Wait too. Now so Tony Ado enter the matter. So this matter now, how are we going to do it? What are we going to advise him to do? Is this supposed to now say, okay, Mary, you can go away, and because you died and you came back to life, your life can start with another person? Or is it Tonya that came in, to comfort? She's a comforter. Comfort. So is it the comforter that she stay?
She comfort for room, she comfort for anything.
Now what if we bring come today be this? So make we look at who go help us talk about this thing. It's there for Nahando, for those of us at home. But we also have someone in the studio.
That's why we go shop for specialists come.
Yes.
When you handle this problem because it passes.
Yes. So with us today as our guest is Dr. Abayomi Ojekunle. He is the MD CEO of Video Castle Creations. He is a marriage counselor, a devout husband and a father, a pastor. We welcome you to this program today, sir. We are honored to have you in our presence.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Quite an honor to have this kind of people on this program and to have me here as well.
Thank you very much.
I've listened to your story, but I want us to have an insight into what marriage is.
Okay.
So that we will have an in-depth of how to deal with the situation on ground.
Please go ahead, sir.
At times, when we say marriage, marriage is an institution itself. It's an entity itself. And when we say an entity, it decides on what to do. It decides on how the operations will be, like a business entity as well. That's what marriage is. And when we now say institution, we have some 5 concepts that must go along with that institution. That's what we call institution understanding.
Okay.
What do I mean by institution understanding? If you're in a relationship with your spouse, there should be an understanding that this is what we do, this is what we are planning to do, and this is what we are looking ahead to do. And we have another one, institutional values.
Okay.
What are those things that you and I
shouldn't do?
Keep in secret, that we shouldn't let the other world. When I mean the other world, I mean outsider within the confine of our house should not be aware of.
Okay.
And the third thing is institutional goals. When we say institutional goals, we mean what are those things that we set as priorities that we must work with, that must be like a driver. And the fourth one is institutional attainment. Those goals that you have set, how are we bringing them to reality? That you are having them in place in real life. And the last one is institutional affiliations. This is a kind of concept that the couple themselves don't have control over. This includes the church, this includes the family, it includes where the husband and the wife work, and it includes the societal place that they dwell in.
So how are you going to situate this situation with all you have enumerated?
Okay. The first one is institutional understanding. They gave birth to a baby, and the old mother in the village couldn't come and take care of the baby.
Yeah.
And after a few months or after a few
Months.
time, the woman decided to go and visit the mom. Did you say that while she was going, did she carry the baby along?
She did. The baby, they rescued the baby.
They rescued the baby. Thank you very much. I've gotten an insight into what I want to say about it.
Okay.
Now, when we say the baby was rescued, now when there was an accident, was it a fatal one or a menial one? When we say a fatal one that the boss, nobody could be recognized.
According to the story, according to the
To
story.
the writer.
Yes, that's the man. It was fatal.
Fatal. Not,
Yeah.
not just a mini accident.
No.
Okay.
She was supposed to have been burnt in the bus.
Because all the others occupants were burnt.
But
But
yes,
the baby was saved.
the baby was saved. Somebody came to rescue. I think, she cannot remember herself.
Yeah, she did mention that. Now, immediately such happened, there will be an hospital that they will have carried all those burnt bodies to.
Before FRXC came to the scene,
Somebody just came on
people
the scene.
had rescued some people
Out
from
of
the
that
accident scene.
Okay, thank you very much now. First thing, for this kind of fatal accident, a police report is required.
It was the police that contacted him.
Yeah, because you know why I say a police report is required? Because for such magnitude of accident, it requires a police report. Because those people that will be taken out of that scene, when they are taken to the hospital needs a report so as to know how they will take care of all those people and how they will treat them.
But it was before the police arrived that he said a good Samaritan, maybe just came upon the accident so that this one is still alive and can be rescued, took her away from there.
Okay, thank you very much. Was it that she had a high degree of burn or no burn at all?
We are not in a position to answer
Okay,
that.
autopsy report should have given us an insight into whom that has been buried. But don't let us dwell on that. Now, as per the man that is now asking, what can he do? Okay, if we are to ask, the first wife, Madam Mary, that came in,
Yeah.
did they do a proper wedding?
From his narrations, his legal wife.
Okay, that's the legal. That means they must have had the proper
As a
arrangement.
proper wedding,
Yeah.
yes.
And the second thing is that we must let the world know that even though a spouse dies, there should be a perimeter.
Yeah.
That the woman or the man must stay before bringing another spouse.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't put about 18 months. It was 18 months after.
Okay, that's fine. But the issue now is that for that friend that has come in just to comfort.
To comfort.
No, I don't like that word. To be succor.
Okay, to the man.
To the man, because it's another way around now.
Okay.
It's not that the woman came to help the family.
Yeah.
The woman came to give succor
So the
man.
to the man.
No, but the initial thing was that she came in to take care of the children.
That's fine.
That was
And
that was
part of the succor he's giving the man.
That's fine. But it's just that you and I know that in this part of the world, we have immediate family. That's why I mentioned those 5 elements.
okay.
Yes.
I said understanding, values, goals, attainment, and affiliation.
Relations.
This is when affiliation sets in. Who are those people that needs to be with you as at that time when the woman passed on? So I couldn't expect a friend, turned wife, to have come to be taking care of the children. But the woman has done her own bit and she's now inside the house. Now let's say it now. Mary has come now and the new wedded wife is still in the house. Can we say now, as at the time the man got married to the new princess, let me say it in quotes, did they do any formal arrangement? Because legally, if Mary should press charges, Mary will win. Because it's now a matter of saying, this is my husband and I have a backup to it. This is my marriage certificate. This is all what we did. And this all those things that the man did while he was to get married to me. If Mary can lay hands on those documents and those facts, Mary will have her husband back.
Well, if he married Jane, is it Jane?
Sonia.
Legally, Now we have two, according to him, he has two wives, two women pointing to him as their husband.
Okay, now, I did mention affiliation.
Okay.
Is the church aware of this situation?
He's a pastor.
Yes. Is the church aware?
The
Because
church must be aware.
if you are saying that after the demise of Mary, Antonia is now coming in, there should be a welcome arrangement from the church.
Abi?
A welcome arrangement in the sense that the church should have received Tonia warmly as part of them before now coming in as a matrimonial woman to the man.
We do not have answers to the questions you are asking. What he said, he has two wives who are claiming, two women claiming ownership of him. He is a pastor. He can't have two wives. What should he do?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
In this kind of situation, the fact still remains that Mary was the first wife and is still the first wife because she is still alive. Whatever must have happened at their same sin and coming back home after gaining her conscience and all those
Her sanity
sanity,
or memory.
But he just that the man himself, does it mean that the man himself is not trustworthy?
Thank you.
Thank you. Actually, my thoughts, these are my thoughts. The man is not being truthful to himself. Because if he's truthful to himself, he will know what to do. Even the scenario of the other woman coming in, just within 18 months, I believe that, well, these are my thoughts. I believe that at that period, if it's a woman quickly jump into another marriage within 18 months of the death of her husband, then number two, if he is a pastor, can he advise someone that kind of situation happened to just quickly get married just like that? So on my own part, I believe that man is not being truthful to himself.
Moji, we can excuse him because for a man,
we can excuse him.
excuse me, we are being factual here. For a man, there are things that don't matter, but do not be rude. The society does not condemn a man. You understand?
Yeah.
It's only a moral man that will stand his ground. But generally, men are excused from
the man is not to blame?
From what they expect from us women. If it were a woman, the sky would fall. But the society will tell you,
but that doesn't still mean that we cannot put the blame on him.
We are not. I am
For
not.
me, he's the character. He's the one that created the problem in this whole situation.
I am not excusing him, but we are saying that the society tolerates the man, not the woman.
He's the one asking the question now.
Okay, I'll still say that on moral ground.
Yes, is that moral ground?
Because in every aspect of life, morality
It's important.
is very, very important. I believe Mary is still the authentic wife of that writer.
So
Because if we want to look at it now, if in between of 1 to 18th month, the Mr. Soul writer will not wait or will not even
mourn the wife.
No. Madam, money is not the wait in the sense that you cannot just abstain.
There was emotional connection between
There
them.
should be a period of abstinence.
no matter what the society
We
says.
need to respect that woman that had died, even though they are playing dead.
Yes.
They have announced.
Yes.
But we just that I will still say that on morality, on moral ground. Why am I using those two words for people to know that morals matter? That's why I said the second concept I used was values. If you should have around that surrounding, that man must have been sleeping with a lot of women without neighborhood.
Thank you, sir.
So that man is to be blamed.
So please, for that action, for that man, I will still say Mary back into the house and send to Mary.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Yes.
Then what happens to
Tonia?
No, the baby from Tonia.
That's the baby that came as a result of unfruitfulness.
Yes. Yes.
That's a baby that came as a result of our fruitfulness. Because the man himself should have shown a sort of moral. Even though the woman advanced to you,
Yes.
you should have declined.
Yes.
But can men decline women?
Yes.
There are men that can do that.
Well, I wasn't talking to you.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
I will say my own.
I wasn't talking to you. Allow him to talk.
I will say my own.
Sir.
I repeat again. The kind of values that you need to proclaim in your marriage give you an insight into the kind of people that relate with you.
Yes.
That means the writer has friends that cohabit with
Yes. Thank you, sir. Yes.
Thank you.
And then evil communication corrupt good manners. Even though it says he's a pastor in quote, I can imagine the kind of pastor.
I don't want to know that man, sir. Even though
You know, we are under oath.
okay, if you are saying you are under oath not to disclose the identity of that man, okay, I give it to you. But it's just that in any marriage institution, there should be a level of morality that should be exercised in form of value.
Good.
In form of value, I repeat again, because there is one thing that I should be able to beat my chest and say my wife cannot do.
Okay.
And there should be a particular thing that my wife can beat her chest that my husband cannot do. Even though within this kind of circle, if you ask very, very well, there should be a sign of infidelity
On the part of that man.
on the part of that.
Excuse me, are we not being too hard on this man? Don't forget, his wife is supposed to be dead.
Well, I don't think so. I think he is the genesis and even the revelation of the whole situation.
No. Police reports. Everything.
He could have
Say
waited
the wife
longer.
is dead.
He could have waited longer. I've seen men that wait for like 7 years. He could have waited longer. He's the one that created this problem.
You haven't answered my question. Are we not being too hard?
Okay, Agatha, can I come in?
Please do.
Okay, you know I mentioned one thing the other time. I said autopsy, but you felt that I shouldn't delve into it too much. Let me tell you one thing. For that kind of circle, for the burnt body to be buried first, they must ascertain the autopsy. If it was Mary that they were buried,
But we have seen situations in Nigeria where things are done shoddily.
can I come in?
Of course, that's why you're on the program.
We shouldn't portray a character of a sect as a general value.
We are not. I am just trying.
I understand.
Listen, I am just trying to get
That man should have gone
Listen,
an extra mile to really verify that is his.
we want to go into the mind of that man.
Okay, man. Agatha, let me come in. There is what we call, in accounting, there's what we call due diligence.
Good.
When we say due
We don't hear that for Nigeria for 10.
Since
you go extra mile.
Yeah.
Even though you have seen the fact, you go extra mile to see the root of that fact.
Yes.
we're talking about emotional problems.
Does it mean that the emotional problem cannot be curtailed?
Listen, we're talking about emotions here. This is a man who has children.
Okay.
Who has a baby.
Okay. That means what we are not saying now is that if peradventure Mary's sister had come,
She will also become the wife. She will also become the wife.
No. Like I said, I am not supporting. But for us here to have a holistic view, to help the man, he has come to us.
Okay, now.
So condemning what he has done totally without us putting ourselves first in his shoes, I don't think we are being fair to this man.
Humanity does not condemn people without character.
Yes, so.
And
Yes, so.
Humanity does not condemn people
without
character.
so
if character portrayed had been fruitful,
Yes.
the man, the sole writer, wouldn't have gone ahead to marry this
Intimate friend.
So what happened?
That means the man was behind the
Thank you, sir. Now what I don't get
On this no iron.
Okay.
So how do we help this man that has come to us to share his problems with us
I got
to
that.
get out of this?
That's fine.
And
I'll tell
trappings.
Mary should come in fully. and
Okay.
take charge of the house.
Take over.
Thank you
It's
very
time to
much.
take over.
Take over. Well, viewers, you've heard that Mary should come in and take over. Jane, or what? Tonia, you are a stranger in
that home, in that marriage.
But Mr. What is his name?
You said he's a pastor. You didn't.
Mr. Pastor, you were wrong. According to the panel, you were wrong. Sincerely, I'm not supporting you.
You cannot come back now and say you are not supporting me. You have been supporting me. You have been supporting.
On a final note, religion is part of our marriage
and part of our problem.
And no, don't let's take it that far. But why I'm saying that, why I say affiliations, we have marriage, we have family, we have workplace, we have cultural background, and the society that you stay.
You should have asked me why I said religion can be a problem.
Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
Why didn't the church, as a pastor, not marry outside the church?
Why did the
church allow him to do that?
Why didn't they come in and stop him from
marrying? So let's be very frank.
That's why I said there are some institutions that your hand cannot have control over.
Okay. So
let me tell you one thing. If the Mr. Soul Writer had gone ahead to inform the church about his intimacy with Tonia, I think the pastorate would have gone against it.
Well, we don't.
But they could have.
There's no way a pastor of the church would marry without the clearance of the church. So let us leave it like that. Since we have told Mary to take over her.
Mary should go ahead. I wish Mary nice time.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir,
for coming to
the program. And viewers at home too, please, we would like your insight into what we just discussed today. And also, we would like you to also share your problems, because you know that a problem shared is half solved.
Thank you. This is still Insight with Agatha. Please like, share, and send your problems to us.
Yes.
We'll see you next time.